we go. We can continue where we left off. Right, so at this point we have to take care of this man, Bolvyn Venim. Actually, let me restart. So at this point you should already have a Windform up. So immediately turn up and fly up into the arena. And use the Windform here so he stops moving because you have invisibility. And here you have to be very careful. You have to use Frost Scrolls on him because he's a Dark Elf. But he has a very powerful sword that can one-shot you. So as soon as you land the scroll from max range, just back up and he should begin to flee. And I believe you have to land around 6 scrolls on him, 5 or 6 to kill him. And as soon as your journal has been updated, you can leave. Now you're going to turn left and go across, get a fire scroll ready, turn right, enter the Yngling Manor. Now we have to kill a Nord for the Hlaalu Manor, Hlaalu Hortator. So this is a really tricky setup. This Nord has a paralyzation dagger. So if you're not in a safe spot, he can stun lock you and you'll lose a lot of time. So how I set it up is I go over this bed and I kind of fly into the ceiling, and you should be able to basically be in a safe spot and kind of manipulate him so that he doesn't do anything back to you. Hey, what's going on, guys? So here's what it should look like. It's kind of a tricky setup. I would recommend quick saving in case you get stun locked.
You're bested.
It takes 4 scrolls and get out of there as soon as you can, like that. Go down here to the Haunted Manor, get your Ondusi ready. I got a first try there, which is very good. And you're gonna want to talk to Dram Barrow, Hlaalu Hortator in the bottom option, and recall.
You talk too much.
Now take the travel to the Hlaalu Canton. I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking, by the way. So take it to Hlaalu. You should still have a Windform up. And go to the Curio Manor. Go left, down the stairs, and to the right. Talk to him about Hortator and the same thing, and give him 1,000 drakes, and recall again. And now you have Hlaalu Hortator. And turn left and get to the boat. Normally I would have Windform still active, so I would just fly. Take it to Tel Branora. Immediately mark and Windform. Fly up to the tower. Go down, go up, and just go into the door. Yes, I'm going to be doing full runs. So you go up this is a kind of a tricky area, so go up, do a 180, and she's here. And you have to bribe her to 80 disposition, and choose the bottom option, and recall.
No, I don't think so.
Go to Sadrith Mora. You're going to want to rest a good amount of time, use Windform and Adrenaline Rush combo. And we're going to this island here. So now we're about to cure Corprus disease. So you go up and 90 degrees to the left. Offer the artifact, Corprus disease, you know nothing, continue.
May I help you?
And drop a mark at him. Go back down. Go all the way down. Just go straight.
Big prey.
Get your recall ready. Go straight. And to the left. Talk to this guy about door and boots. And recall.
Go ahead, Outlander.
Potion.
What do you need?
Give me the potion. Continue. And get divine intervention ready. Actually, no, wait. Sorry. No, you just leave. Also, only start moving once he's finished casting the spell on you. So we're just gonna exit the same way we came. And now we have to get to this area of the map for the Erabenimsun Nerevarine. Get your Drathis ready. Go into this leftmost hut. And just use three scroll on him. And you need his robe. And the next one, he needs 4 scrolls. If you back up, he'll get confused and just not even retaliate. You don't need anything from him. You don't need to wait. I'll have to test that out. So in the next one, there's going to be 2 guys here. Just blast them with scrolls, back up a little bit every time. And you shouldn't be in any danger. Now we're going to rest 24 hours. And another hour. And use a Windform and get Divine Intervention ready. And go to the Wise Woman's Yurt. Talk to her about prophecies. Continue. And we're gonna go into this one, the 4th one from the left. Or the 2nd one from the right. Talk to Ahemmusa Nerevarine prophecies. Want to be Ashcan, just keep choosing the top option and then name you Nerevarine and use Divine Intervention. Now you can use your Adrenaline Rush. You have to go. See how I know where I'm going is my cursor is pointing upwards towards the kind of center of the island. Go to this tower. And bribe him to 80 disposition like always, and you don't have to choose any option, he'll just give you it. Now we have to make our way to Telvanni. And also get your Frost Scroll ready. So moving in here is a little tricky. Try to go like up the stairs, kind of, even though you're flying. And into here. So this fight is a little tricky. He's got 2 Dramora, which have reflect on them. They passively have a chance to reflect spells. So he's also very dangerous if you don't manipulate him properly. So the way you manipulate him is by using the first scroll and then flying upwards immediately, and he'll just start fleeing from there on. But like, you kind of want to get in front of him so that the Dramora don't block you off and stuff. The Dramora shouldn't be attacking you as long as you flew up. And you shouldn't really have to wait too long, because by the time you get to the door, the game should have considered him to be dead. So you have to go down here and talk to this woman, something special, 3 times, and pay 1,200 drakes. Talk to Falura, continue, some presents, travel together. So you're going to want to take this path. You could go in here, but I don't like going in there because she tends to get caught on stuff. And I think it takes longer anyway, even if she didn't get caught on anything.
My time is precious.
So immediately go up this way. You don't need Windform for this. Your Windform will probably run out. Go over the hill. If you go over to the left too much, she'll get caught on the rocks. So don't go to the right too much or to the left too much. And you're gonna want to do the same thing with escort quests, where you move forwards and turn. So don't do any strafe walking, just hold forward and turn. If you were to strafe walk on this little dock here, she could fall off into the water. The backup for that is, like, the travel person it'll work. I mean, she'll travel with you if she's, like, in this area, even if she's in the water.
Speak, traveler.
So you actually have to wait for a day, get Windform ready, travel to Tel Branora, and mark and fly upwards, get your recall ready, go into the tower here, talk to Dratha, do the same thing where you bribe her to 80, and choose the top option this time, continue, and recall.
I'm waiting.
Get recall, or get Windform ready, and go to Vos. Now when you arrive here, you're going to be stuck inside her, so all you have to do is turn backwards, and just press backwards, and immediately drop a mark here, use a Windform, and use Adrenaline Rush. Now you have to go up this way, to this dark patch, the center of this dark patch on the map. To Aryon's chambers, and it's another one of those tricky Telvanni architecture interiors. You don't have to bribe him, just choose the bottom option and then say goodbye and then open it again and choose Hortator again and it'll give you Hortator. So now you have Telvanni Hortator, and just leave. And now we have to go to the tip of the main land. And go into Caussie's yurt. Just talk to Caussie about Nerevarine. You can also talk to some of the other guys in here, like Do Talk, and it's the same thing, so it doesn't matter too much. Go into the Wise Woman's yurt. Nerevarine. I want the Ahemmusa to name me Nerevarine safe place, and then I go over here and choose accompany you twice, and yes. Get your frost skull ready. So at this point, this is something that I didn't mention in my other tutorial, but there's a way to kind of make NPCs move at a more reasonable speed. So if you move far away from them, they'll say something like, "Hey, wait for me," or "Where are you going?" If you kill something or start combat, after they say that, they will, from then on, move at, like, their proper speed. So there's a mud crab, there's gonna be a mud crab here every time, so immediately kill it. And switch to Wizard Staff. I like to switch to the Wizard Staff because Windform runs out and the Wizard Staff lasts a long time, and you're gonna want to levitate. So go forward exactly how I took the path. Go in between these rocks. It'll be easier to see where you're going if you have farther view distance. So if you have it really low, it'll be a little bit harder. So just go in between these rocks and then go towards this small island. And here I like to refresh the Wizard Staff for a particular reason. Pretty soon I'll explain why I do that. So she should, if you don't go that way, she should follow you over the water, over the island and into the water without any issues. You can use third person to see like how she's doing. You don't want to ever have her stop. So at this point, you're getting to the island, and I had this issue where I would crash upon entering a shrine here that we need to make safe. So there is a safe strategy that I do to basically kill this dark elf who has a summoned creature, and I believe that the crash is tied to the fact that he had a summoned creature, a Bone Walker, and the Bone Walker had some sort of spell effect on him, and when you leave a cell with a summoned creature that has a spell effect on them, the game can crash. That is a known bug, and it's fixed by things like the Morrowind code patch, but we don't use the Morrowind code patch because it's technically a mod. So you can do a safe strat where you kill him. There's always going to be a Nyx Hound, but his position will vary. And a lot of the time you'll have to kill him because the Nixhound will start attacking her. So just try to get up to this island. I'm gonna switch to fire because of the Nixhound. It looks like he's like around there, so that's a pretty good spot. So I switched to frost, and you see this dark elf in the robe. Just keep blasting him with frost until he dies, and it looks like the Nixhound got aggroed, so use some fire on him. Go to the shrine. Use Drathis. Well, select Drathis, and then from there, do next spell 3 times to get to Golden Saint. I don't know what happened. Well, sometimes you're... I mean, this shouldn't happen. It might have happened because of how saving and loading works, but normally I would just select Drathis and do next spell 3 times, and it would put me at Golden Saint. So if that doesn't happen, then just go into your menu and select Golden Saint. Use it on this guy, just drop it in front of him. Well, that wasn't particularly good because he started running, but just to see what it looks like. Sometimes she gets caught in this weird animation where she isn't really running properly. Oh, you know what? I was pressing previous spell, not next spell. That's why it wouldn't select it. Well, let's see what happens if I just go here. Well, the Nixhound got aggroed, so I have to take care of him. I think it's a very low chance that he won't aggro. So immediately drop the Golden Saint on him, switch to Frost, and do a similar thing where you make him flee and just blast him with Frost. Use fire on him. Be really careful because he also has a paralyzation dagger, and if you get hit by him, you'll lose time. Your Golden Saint can also get paralyzed, but he can also reflect the paralyzation onto him. But you also have to use Restore Health when you're killing that orc who has the paralyzation weapon, because if you look at Taldam Scorcher, it does an area of effect. I believe Drathis does too. So yeah, they also technically do an area of effect. So since Golden Saint has reflection, it can hit your Golden Saint and reflect it onto you. So you should always use at least one Restore Health while you're doing that. Anyway, just go to the center of this room, get recall ready. Just select, she'll initiate dialogue, and select Naming Nerevarine and recall. Now, she should be following you. You shouldn't have to say let's go. So make your way over this way to the left. Get a fire or frost skull ready. And like I was saying before, if you kill an enemy or initiate combat while you have a follower, and I mean, they'll move faster if you initiate combat on an enemy. So sometimes there's an enemy kind of earlier on, so you want to get to it basically immediately. Don't wait for her. There's going to be random enemies. The only one she can't outrun is the Nixhound, but she can outrun everything else. So this is a completely different path than how I used to go about doing this part, but it's definitely faster, and you get to kind of manipulate their speed because there are enemies. So that's really important. Like, if you don't do that, it's literally like 40 seconds of time wasted. It's really absurd. So that's an Elit. She can most likely outrun it. Even if she doesn't. Anyway, get CV ready. get to the Ashkan's yurt. She's like kind of tied with it. Either way, she's close enough.
My time is precious, so make
She'll
it
initiate a
quick.
dialogue, just exit out of it, and talk to Kaushad, who's the actual Ashkan. Talking about Nerevarine and Telvanni Bride, and use your CV and Windfall. Now you're at Ald-Ruhn. Drop a mark out here. We have to actually become recognized as Redoran Hortator from this guy. So just talk to him about it, and that's it. Recall out of here. And go to the Silt Strider, get a Windform ready. Go to Balmora. So at this point, we've got all 7 factions like taken care of. The 3 houses and the 4 tribes. So we just have to do the final Caius quest and then do the ending. So we go to Balmora, drop a mark here, and Windfall over to Caius, and get recall ready, so you don't have to fly back. Just talk to him about orders, and that's all.
We make a special trip.
Now get CV ready.
Same low price.
And go to Vivek.
We make a
Drop a mark and use CV instantly, and then use Windform. Go down here again. Go straight, and then to the right. Go left up the stairs, and use Undo C to unlock that door. Yeah, Lunar Rune. The run, well, I mean, the run used to be over an hour. It's gone down a lot, basically. Right, so you unlock the door, get CV ready again, take the note, and use CV. And go up to this floating rock, talk to this woman here, visit anyone, and then go this way, all the way around the boardwalk. Go left, and left again, unlock it. You'll get a dialogue, just say goodbye, and get Undusi ready again. Unlock the rightmost door, and then select Divine Intervention. Talk to her about Divine Intervention scrolls, and goodbye. And now you're in Ebonheart. So fly upwards. Your cursor will be pointing right this time, and just go straight to the right, I guess, to this dock. To this woman, know you, go fishing, yes. Travel. And now you have to make it so that it's 3 PM. So all you're gonna do, see, to make it 3 PM, all I have to do is click here, in my case. So clicking on the bar increases it by 2 hours. And so 1 plus 2 is 3. Sometimes you'll get a combat here. Try not to hit this woman. So that's kind of unfortunate if you get an enemy here. Anyway, use Windform and get recall ready. Lost Prophecies, continue, and recall.
Why, what?
And CV again, get Undusi ready. Talk to this woman, meet the Archcanon. Go into the High Fane. Unlock the door. Hopefully it works the first time. It's a level 45 lock, so that comes out to like 75% chance of success or 25% chance of failure. And hopefully you're fast enough so that you don't have to deal with a guard. I mean, if it fails, you will always have to deal with a guard because you get in trouble. But if it works, you should be able to get past the guard. So talk to Tholer about Temple Doctrine. Yes, and you kind of want to have your finger on your Drathis key to get to CV, or if you have a keybind for CV, or you can just open up your menu and select it that way if you really want to make sure you get it. But basically the point is to get out of here without getting caught. And I somehow failed. That's okay, just it's very minor. And now you're out here, so go to Vivek's palace. Talk to him about business. Continue, yes, yes, continue. And this is kind of optional, but I would recommend it. If you select defeat Dagoth Ur, the Dagoth Ur actual dungeon will be marked on your map, and this is really useful for the next part I'm gonna do. So use recall.
We make a special trip just for you. Say
Go to
hello.
Balmora.
Why walk when you can ride?
Get Icarian Flight by Dratha in the next spell. Do some resting. It doesn't have to be 23 hours. It probably could be like 18. Go to Ald-Ruhn. Now you're gonna line up. You're going to want to line up to about a little bit to the right of Dagoth Ur. So you're gonna have three places on your map marked. So Drossel for Keening, Dagoth Ur for the end, and Vemnil for Sunder. And you want to be kind of pointing at Dagoth Ur, maybe to the right of it a little bit. So immediately use Icarian Flight and Adrenaline Rush and jump. And get Windform ready. Anyway, you can kind of see the tower here. You want to mark on one of these towers, so just drop a mark in Windform and go down to a Drossel. Get Undusi ready. Unlock either one of those doors and just fly up here. You can just point up and get to the next area that way. You have to grab Keening. It's kind of annoying to grab. Put Wraithguard on. You can drop your Wizard Staff because it weighs quite a bit. We don't need it anymore. I guess you could also drop this this gauntlet too. That's a whole 32 pounds, or whatever unit they use for weight. That you now have gotten rid of. So grab Keening and recall. You could remark so that you're near this thing. So I'll just go ahead and do that. I would get select Keening by either going to your menu, or in my case I just use my mouse wheel and go to a Drossel or Vemnil. So you just go down here. It's pretty straightforward. I would use another Windform to refresh it. I like to go into this right door, get Dratha ready, and just alternate between Frost and Fire on him. He doesn't really pose any threat at all. He casts like a really weak spell on you, and he's dead by the time he can actually melee you. So just take Sunder and recall. Use the crank so you can get inside. It's probably not necessary, but I like to have Windform and refresh it kind of towards the end. So go to the right, and to the right again. These guys shouldn't really be of much danger. Go straight. Mark here. And this fight is going to be not too bad, but you can also die if you're not careful. Basically, any enemy you have to kill with scrolls, you can't just stand there and use scrolls on them. You have to back up and bait them to start moving and stuff. So we're going to want to do the same thing that we just did on the other guy. Just switch between Frost and Fire and back up, and also use healing potions just to be safe.
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made.
So he's dead. Switch to Sunder and get inside here. Go all the way down, get the heart once,
You do it! Stop! How can you
and
kill a
5 times
god?
Keening.
What a grand and
recall once your journal's
intoxicating
updated.
innocence. How could you be so naive?
You know-
There is no escape. No recall or intervention can
And
work in
that's
this
it.
place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
So, also at the end of runs, I kind of like to look at my inventory, see what's going on, see how I did on scrolls. if I bought way too many, if I got too much gold, if I ran out of healing potions or anything like that. It's nice to just take a look at it and just see how everything went. So I think I got like 76 or so Drathis scrolls. I have way too many, so probably only need around 60. Windform, you should only need 28, I believe, if you do everything perfectly. Undusi, Undusi can vary a lot, but like I mentioned earlier, you should get 16 just to be safe. I've had times where I've ran out by only getting 12, not to go and buy more. Right, so that is the end of the tutorial. There's some other things I want to mention. Morrowind's not letting me do anything. Okay. So this is a pretty somewhat significant trick that I do in the very beginning.
There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
So once your menus have been set up
Not even last night's
in a previous load, how you
I heard them
like
say
them.
we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure that
I start a new game and do this whole beginning sequence.
Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
And this is not part of the run, but it kind of is. It's going to be part of the run technically, but not really.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
It doesn't matter what you pick here, just pick
Great. I'm sure
anything.
you'll fit
It
right in.
goes pretty fast, so
Follow
just
me
pick
up to
them.
the office and they'll finish your release.
Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
So we get to this part where you have to make your own class. And the build is stealth, speed, personality, conjuration, restoration, athletics, mercantile, speechcraft, acrobatics, short blade, medium armor, unarmored. So once you've selected everything here, just press new, and yes. Now your class will already be selected, so you don't have to take the time to do it during the actual run. And you have to do it exactly like that, pretty much. If you selected the class and did other stuff, it'll get reset, kind of, so you'd have to select it in the run. So you just select everything, don't hit anything else, just start a new game. Right, so I am going to transition to actual runs now.
Stand up.